Hey, welcome back. As you can see, we're in the garden and our sweet potatoes are ready to be harvested. As you can see, we've been getting some frost that has gotten the leaves, so it's time for us to harvest them. We've had some crazy weather already. We've had an early, like a month early frost, and I did cover them then. But just these past couple of days, it's still too early for our typical frost, but all well, we've got to just roll with it. So we're going to be harvesting our sweet potatoes today, and this is probably the #1 plant that I am excited to harvest about, because it's my first time growing it and I just don't know how well it did. So let's dive on in. So unfortunately, I pushed the wrong button and you didn't get to see me actually harvest the sweet potatoes. Oh, dang it. Oh well. So I am just gonna move on to planting our garlic, because you plant it in the fall. And so we'll be planting it on this side of the bed. So I gotta get all of this cleared out. These are different lettuces that I let go to seed because I wanted more of them because I ran out. And so I have, I believe, a butter crunch and a butter head. And then back behind it is some more other seeds. They're from a daikon radish, and I didn't have any more seeds of those, so I just let them go to seed as well. So when I pull them out, I will be careful so that I can be able to still collect the seeds to have them for next year's planting. So let's get to it. And as you can see, I do have this kale still going, and I will keep it here. I'll just plant around it. So I just give this to the chickens as it matures, and same with the Swiss chard, because these will keep growing like with the rest of it into the fall and winter, and it's just going to get better and better. We're just going to put some nutrients back into the soil, because you need to re-amend with each season and crop just to put the nutrients back in. So we're going to be putting in some worm castings and bone meal. I actually got both of these bags last fall at Walmart. They were like $5 each because it was, end of season clearance sale, and I haven't really had to use them yet because this is all brand new fertile soil, so I didn't really need to put more nutrients back into it, but now we do, just to help make sure our garlic grows really well. And a little goes a long way. So this adds in more phosphorus, and it's not just for your vegetables. You can use it on your flowers, your shrubs. So the worm castings add in nitrogen, which your more of the leafy plants need those. There we go. So I'm just going to get this all turned in just a little bit, and then we'll start planting our garlic. just worked into the top a little bit because I am going to let nature do its thing with the rainwater. It will finish pushing it through the rest of the soil and get it to where it needs. So now we're going to do the garlic and plant it. So this is the garlic that I grew this year. So I planted last fall and harvested in about, I think it was like right around the 4th of July. I just grabbed the biggest bulbs that I grew so that I can pass on that good genetics and continue to get big bulbs of garlic. So this variety I got from M.I. Gardener, and it is, I just got one bulb last year, and I think there was 12 cloves in that. This variety is a Parisian star, and it did so well. Like I was very surprised, and also with how not well that soil is over there, because I did it over in our earth beds, so there wasn't as good of nutrients over there, and we still produced, you know, a good sized clove. And this is a hardneck variety, so it does produce escape, which I did sit and eat them. Just cut them up. It's like a mild onion taste, and it's what produces its flower. And only hardnecks do that. So it has this center like stalk that the bulbs form around. So I'm just trying to get into it, but you don't want to take the paper off of the actual cloves because that's what protects it. So that's what we'll be planting. I'm just going to get the rest of these off, except for that one. I'll take that one and eat it. So it has no casing around it now. See, center stalk, not edible. And so we'll just get these all separated and then we'll plant them out. Now that we have all of the cloves broken apart, pretty straightforward of how we plant them. So you have kind of this root end, the flat end, and then you have this pointy end, and you plant it just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 rows of garlic in, and we use a lot of it, so we plant a lot. And look at how well our fall crop is doing so far. I did come in and thin the carrots. I just cut them with some scissors to thin them instead of pulling them out because I didn't want to damage or pull up any extra roots and whatnot that didn't need to come out. Our radishes are doing really well. I have been harvesting them and just giving them to the animals as I'll look through it. And then we did manage to somehow get one seed of broccoli, but it's already going to seed, but that's fine. Our peas, we finally have our first little blossom, but the peas are still doing great. Beets doing really well, just coming right along. Let's see, starting to form, and I've already have been eating off of the spinach and kale. So we're doing good. And then our lettuces, doing awesome. Be able to start eating off of those as well. And then we still have quite a few green tomatoes. Once they begin to blush, I've just been picking them so that they can ripen inside, so that the plant can focus on the other ones that aren't ripe. But we've got some good ones. Let's see. This is a green zebra. This is a pineapple. These middle ones are what are they? Better Boys. These two right here so these ones are I can't remember if that's the blue gloss rose. They turn pink, and then the darker green on the shoulders is kind of purplish, but just a darker pink. They're probably one of my favorite little cherry tomatoes. Really sweet, delicious. And then see, oh, here's one that I can pick. This is a persimmon tomato. This one, and this one back here. This one's also a lemon boy. These are a wild Fred dwarf. So the plants don't get very tall. It's probably like 3 feet tall, but they produce a good size tomato. And then I don't remember, I think this is a pink brandywine. This one and that one I think are my pink brandywines. And this tomato is a marvelous striped. So where the light green is, turns red, and then the dark green stays green. This one is a Cherokee purple. This one I'm going to pick because it's blushing, and it might have also froze a tiny bit. I don't know. It's a little soft right here, so I'd rather pick it and take it inside and watch it instead of leaving it on the plant. Then the last one is a San Marzano, which is an Italian paste tomato. And then surprisingly, even with our cold weather, our peppers are still thriving. Our bell peppers are dwindling down, but our hot peppers are still like loaded. Still has blossoms coming on. Lots of jalapenos, serranos, pepperoncinis. We still have our awesome lunchbox peppers. These are those cute little ones that are like the multi-packs in the grocery store. Really yummy, sweet. Our ground cherries, our Aunt Molly ground cherries, definitely getting frostbitten. Not frostbitten, but the frost is definitely affecting it way more than the other plants. We took out all of our onions. They're curing right now. And then we've got to divide up the strawberries. These runners are like insane to me. So we have our mother plant, and then it sends out, I don't know, there's 4 right there, 5, 6, 7 runners. So, and it sends out that, and then this part will root, and then that becomes its own plant. And so what I need to do is I need to cut it, plant it, and just separate them all to finish filling out this bed. And with some of these, like, so this one has rooted now, and then it sent out another runner, which it's barely getting roots, but it's sending out another one. Like, This is going to be a nice full bed of strawberries next year. And then we have taken out all of our squash and melons, and then we'll eventually get all of the sunflowers taken down, save some of the seeds, get the corn tore down, save some seeds off of that, and then I'll use that as decoration on our porch. So I've got to get back inside to get these kids some lunch and me. So thank you for hanging out with us in the garden. I hope you like these videos and that it gave you some info and maybe have you planting some garlic as well. So please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.